Okay. Okay. So it seems like that go live went quick. That countdown went quick today. Peace, peace, peace. Happy Friday, everyone. I am Regina Allison. Regina Allison, but they call me Money because I have found billions of dollars for nonprofit organizations. And I am the CEO of ResearchPRO, my prospect development consulting firm. So I am so thrilled and grateful to be here. Here in my home office, but here also live and online with you today. So, live today, that was my um, number one action for today. So, really grateful to be here. Grateful for the opportunity to share with you a little bit today. Grateful for the opportunity to be consistent and being consistent on purpose, being consistent. In celebration and on purpose with intention, in celebration and in honor of my friend and community leader, a good brother, Ernest Levert with the Royal Oak Initiative, who is celebrating his 31st, I'm sorry, celebrating his 34th birthday. The community is celebrating Ernest's birthday, and I'm never sure how to like make his name like possessive. Ernest's, uh, but celebrating the 34th birthday for Ernest Levert. And so today is a day that um, yesterday I didn't go live, which is when I usually go live on Thursdays, and I did not yesterday. And wasn't going to go live today, but Ernest came to mind as he often does, and I was reminded, as I often am, of the conversations around consistency. And so I should clarify that, like I just recently met Ernest in the last maybe 2 to 3 years, um, and have not, and so we're not the best of friends, and we don't have the longest community friendship and relationship. But if you know him, you know how compelling and how familiar he is, and how engaging and how warm and inviting he is. So the times that we did communicate, the conversations that we did have over at the Royal Oak, once I purchased a membership, the conversations that we did have. Um, in the ways that he encouraged imagination. One of the things that always remained consistent with him is that he would call me out to be consistent. So I am being consistent today and coming on live, going live today, um, really with earnest on my spirit and on my heart, and celebrating our brother and sending power to our brother today. So continued birthday and Earth Strong celebrations for our brother Ernest. So that's why I'm here today, and that's the title of the live, consistency. But I do have some things to discuss, some Research Pro things to discuss, so we can get into that. Oh, but before I do you like my earrings? So if you see this, I don't know if anybody's on live with me right now, but if you see this, do you like my earrings? I love these earrings. I don't get to wear them often because they're big, and they're very like distinct and specific. So I don't get to wear them often. But I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and it is cold and it snowed the last couple days, and that makes me sad. And according to the people that I've been meeting with all week, it's making them sad too. So these are my sunshine earrings. I put these on, like they'll make me happy, make me feel good for part of the day while I'm wearing them, and kind of remind me that sunshine is coming sooner than later, and we will soon reach the longest day of the year, sooner than we think, sooner rather than later, and then we will very, very soon be on the other side of that, and the days will start to get longer and longer and warmer and warmer. So, do you love my earrings? I love these earrings. They were a gift from my husband. But I digress. As I often do, it's easy for me to get carried away and get carried off, go off onto a tangent. So that's my earrings. Oh, and my sweatshirt. So tangents and digressing. So I'm also wearing my remarkable sweatshirt that I got from wrong side. Carolyn. I don't know if you can see that. And I can't go backwards. Carolyn Inspires. So I'm wearing my Carolyn Inspires sweatshirt as well today. Just intentional good vibes. I can't think of Carolyn's government name right now, but if you know Carolyn Inspires, Carolyn Brewster Weber, that's terrible. I should look it up, but I won't. So Carolyn Inspires, and if you know Carolyn, you know how dynamic she is, and so sometimes I wear this sweatshirt just to kind of imbibe and call on some of that energy and lift my spirits and lift my vibration as well. So that's my outfit for today. Not that you needed to know that, but so let's get to the business at hand. All right, let's get to the ResearchPRO business at hand. So, still doing the prospect development check-ins, or still doing the one-on-one bonus consultations that are subsequent to the Data Donors Dollars to Symposium. So individuals are still booking those. I love that. Still having those, going through that process with some of the organizations. And so it's a free 15-minute one-on-one. Those are going well. And a couple of people have reached out and said, can I get one of those even though I didn't go to the symposium? Maybe. It depends. Well, maybe is the answer right now. I'm working on something, a new automation, and so it will be helpful. I need to test it out in a certain way. And so to test out that automation, it's possible that I will offer free 15-minute one-on-ones to the general public, but it will be a limited number for a limited time period, and just really just to test a specific back end function. So maybe, but for now, those are available. The 15 minutes were available for symposium attendees, but you can also schedule your own prospect development check-in with me, and that's available. I'll drop a link when I'm done with this live. And so what I'm calling that out because some of the things that we are touching on, some of the common things that continue to come up with the individuals that are booking their one-on-ones, and just in general, that fundraisers and nonprofit leaders continue to have. So some of the questions that came up just this week, over the last week and a half maybe. So which segments should I start to focus on for those fundraisers, nonprofit leaders, founders, executive directors that are wearing multiple hats, as we all do. So which donor segments should I work on? Who should I focus on? Kind of where do I start with all this data? Some people have 100 records. Some people have 8,000. Some have about 1,000, 350, etc. And so really regardless of the number doesn't matter. The question continues to be like, where do I start? Which segment should I focus on? How do I start a major giving program? Of the data that I do have, who do I talk to about major gifts, and how do I know that they're right for major gifts? How do I figure out their capacity? And what CRM should I use? What's the right software that I should invest in right now? Is it a database? Is it database and prospect research software? If so, what software should it be? How much does that software cost? What type of investment should I make? Should I be prepared to make in prospect development as a function of my fundraising operation? So I love all of those questions, right? I love them all. There's no bad question, and all very valid questions. And so calling those out, because those are the things that I've been working on. Those are the types of challenges that I've been helping nonprofit organizations work through and navigate and find solutions for. And so, if those are some questions and some things that resonate with you, or you have your own questions around starting individual giving, shifting from institutional giving to having more focus on individual giving, information, or curious about um, like foundations and how to identify and build relationships with individuals that are giving through their foundations, donor advised funds, and that type of thing, and having just general questions around building a major gift portfolio, launching a major gift um, plan, including planned giving, including leadership giving, impact giving, all the things. So, if those are some questions that you have, or if you have some very specific strategy questions, like who should get this marketing piece, which segments of our audience should get these specific appeals, etc., let's have a conversation. I encourage you to schedule a prospect development check-in, and we can dig into your specific questions and challenges and situations. So some other things, I gotta watch my time here. So some other things, some announcements that are coming up. Coming up let's see, I'm looking at what's first. So coming up first in December, actually, December, it'll be the third Thursday, which is December 19th, will be the next Professor Prospect pop-up. And so if you're already a member, then you know about those, and you can register. If you're not a member, you should. If you're on my email list, you would have gotten a link to register, but I'll drop the link to register as well. If you're not on my email list and you're not a member, go to my website, theresearchpro.com, and you'll get a prompt to join my mailing list. So make sure you do that. And I see my husband is poking his head in, I think. And so the next Professor Prospect pop up is the third Thursday of December, which is December 19th, and that's at 3 p.m. Eastern. I encourage you to register, drop in with your questions. You'll be able to, it's a webinar setup, so you'll be able to drop your questions in the group Q&A, and we'll work through those. Again, Professor Prospect pop up Thursday, December 19th. And then also coming up, I'll be doing a presentation live and in person at the Columbus Metropolitan Library, the main branch downtown. It's the Back to Basics workshop or presentation that I'm giving on Thursday, January 9th at 6:30 p.m. So that's live and in person. And if you have questions about that, I would reach out to the library directly. And that's a reminder, I need to get the link from my contact there. But you can register through their nonprofit resource center. So if you're already connected to that, then you know the process for dropping in and attending and registering for their events. So I will again be at the Columbus Metropolitan Library at the main branch on January 9th. I'll get more information and share more details about that in another live, but that's on at 6:30 in the evening. And so that's coming up. Professor Prospect pop up. I'll be at the library, which actually although that presentation is in person, and it will kick off a series of drop-in sessions that will be held at the library. I will continue to do the every third Thursday, continue to do the virtual Professor Prospect pop-up sessions, but then there will also be in-person sessions in Columbus, Ohio at the main library branch. So that is coming for early 2025, kicking off with that Back to Basics workshop at the main library on January 9th at 6:30. And so, what else is coming up? Then we have a kaleidoscope demo coming up. So, the Research Pro by Kaleidoscope product demo. Excited to partner with Kaleidoscope, continue the partnership from the symposium. They were one of actually, the first sponsor for the first committed sponsor for Data Donors Dollars to Symposium. Really grateful for the continued partnership and looking forward to the live demo that Kaleidoscope is offering Research Pro members and guests on January 30th, which at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you'll get more information about that as we get closer to the date. And then finally, I'm no longer on faculty for APRA Fundamentals. It's a 2-year term, and my term has concluded. It was an amazing opportunity. I enjoyed it so much. I'm no longer on faculty, but there are still 4 other wonderful professionals, very qualified, very highly skilled, and brilliant professionals that are still faculty. And so there's a new cohort of faculty members, and APRA Fundamentals is currently open for the virtual registration. So if you're interested in doing APRA Fundamentals, the virtual version, which happens every March, that registration is open, and you can register at aprahome.org, APRA home.org. And so I would encourage you to check that out. So APRA Fundamentals is coming up. So those are all of my announcements, and I've gone over a little bit. So I hope that whatever you do this weekend, you do it with a little bit of joy and some gratitude. So have a great weekend, everyone, and I will see you on the next slide.